Now, hindi pa nagtatapos si Nubia Neo 5 na series. Akala ko tapos na, no, kay Neo 5 Max. Pero naglabas pa sila ng bago, Neo 5 GT Special Edition. So, this one, meron siyang kahawig sa Red Magic, which aalamin natin, no, everything about this phone, what makes it so special. Hihimayin natin yan isa-isa right after this quick intro. Now, like any special edition, yung kanyang box is different from yung mga normal na Neo, no, na ni Nubia. This is a Nubia Neo 5 GTSE or Special Ed. So sa Red Magic na 11S Pro, makikita mo to. Umiikot yung liquid dito, which is the aqua core cooling system. That is probably something na makes this phone so exciting without yung price ng Red Magic. Alam mo naman, mas mahal yun, di hamak. So here are the specs. Kung nakikita ninyo, post nyo na lang. So by default, this is a 12 plus 12 gigs of RAM, 256 cube storage. Ganun talaga pag bago, masikip. Yun, fresh na fresh. So ito yung phone mismo. Labas ko lang. Silver ang color natin. And by the way, meron siyang dalawang colors, ang silver, isang black. And here are the other stuff inside the box. User guide, warranty card, yung aking favorite na panundot na mukhang katol. May case tayo. Ito. Solid. Tapos parang meron siyang ribs, no? Dito. Looks good. Meron siyang charging cable, no? Pero this is not your ordinary charging cable dahil naka 90 degrees itong charging cable natin. Para hindi ka mahirapan while you're gaming kasi may bypass charging siya. And ating 80 watts na fast charger kasama Type-C. So, yun lang. So, we'll go straight to the phone itself. So, ayun. Nakita mo na yung itsura. Di ba? Very familiar ba, guys, yung kanyang itsura? Yung kanyang liquid cooling system dito sa likod looks exactly the same sa kanyang kapatid na si Red Magic 11S Pro na makita natin later pag umikot to, no? Now, ito si Nubia Neo 5 GT Special Edition na may 12 gigs of RAM and 256 GB storage. Ang kanyang original SRP is 35,999 pero teka, baka nagulat ka sa presyo. Nagulantang ka, no? Pero they would be selling this at 26,999. Special price siya, introductory price. I hope, no, mag-stick siya a little bit longer to 26,999 dahil sobrang okay siya at that price point. And by the way, guys, meron pala siyang promo. You can buy one and get up to 5 freebies plus 3 months na free subscription sa View and start selling tong phone nito from August 1 to August 8. And paunahan na lang kayo, no, while supplies last dun sa mga freebies na binanggit natin. For more details kung saan mo siya pwede mabili, I'll pop the link on the description box below or nandyan lang sa YouTube shopping link natin para mabili nyo to ng may freebies. Hopefully, maabutan nyo August 1 to August 8. Tapos naka-introductory price pa siya. And if you click yung aking YouTube shopping link, baka makakuha ka pa ng voucher of up to 2,500 pesos discount from me to you. So don't forget to click the links. Now, pag tinignan naman natin to phone nito, solid na solid. I like it kasi yung kanyang camera na flat, no? So wala ka masasalat dito sa kanya. And ang ganda rin sa kanyang likod is hindi nagkakalayo sa design ng Red Magic, no? Normally, Red Magic you pay 40 to 50,000 pesos. And I know, it's not cheap. Pero naman, yung processor nun is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. This one, well, honestly, medyo malayo pa siya. Sabihin ko sa inyo later kung anong kanyang processor. We have a plastic side frames dito. Ganda ng kanyang power button, no? Red. And we have yung kanyang exhaust ng fan dito and dito. Plus, meron tayong shoulder triggers dito, di ba? Pag sabay mo pinindot ang kanyang shoulder triggers, lalabas to. Papasok siya diretso sa kanyang game mode. So, dito ka magse-select ng mga games mo and start game. Mamaya ko na yung demo, so baka naman excited. By the way, this one also has a IP64 dust and water resistant. If you want the full complete spec sheet nito phone na ito, share ko muna sa inyo. Now, one of the things na hinahanap-hanap mo sa isang smartphone is yung kanyang reliability. Now, the phone nito, if you're doing your multitasking dito, well, honestly, it's a breeze kasi meron kang 12 gigs of physical RAM and you have a pretty decent na processor. Therefore, if you're doing your mga tasks mo on day-to-day basis, kayang-kaya naman niya i-handle. And by the way guys, this one has 5-year of software updates. So, meaning wala kang maging problema pagdating sa support. And honestly, to phone nito, very smooth. Wala kang maging problema dahil meron siyang 144Hz screen refresh rate. And doing all of your stuff dito, mapatrabaho man, gaming, or just entertainment, or probably doing your creatives dito sa phone nito, wala kang maging problema. And in fact, the phone nito is being powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7400. Now, I know hindi siya 8 series, pero hear me out. Dahil sa nagtataas ang sobra ang mga processor, mga chips, mga RAMs, and whatever, mga components, na force ng mga smartphone brands to go a little lower pagdating sa kanyang processor. Which, hindi lang si Nubia, no? Lahat ng brands na nakita ko, na na-review ko mga bagong labas, lahat sila na-nerf ang kanilang processor. Sad to say. But nevertheless, matino naman ka ng score na nakuha dito. It was still able to score me a 1.04 million points dito sa AnTuTu benchmark. And if you want to see all of the other benchmark na nagawa natin dito sa phone na ito, share ko muna sa inyo. Now, this phone has a 6210 na dual cell na battery inside this phone. Which I think for a gaming phone like this one, not bad na ang 6210. And it also supports a 80 watts na fast charging, which is for me very important dahil when you're always on the go, gusto mong mabilis mag-charge ang phone mo bago ka umalis ng bahay. Sabihin natin, maliligo ka na sa morning, nakalimutan mo mag-charge yung kagabi. So, sa charge mo siya, naligo ka ng 20 minutes to 30 minutes, then magbe-breakfast ka pa bago ka umalis, halos kulang-kulang full charge na yung phone bago ka umalis. And good news din pala sa inyo guys na this one has a bypass charging na support. So meaning, if you're the type of person that games around 4, 6, 8 hours a day, natutulog ka pa ba? Definitely your battery would be protected kasi may bypass charging. So ulitin ko lang, ano nga ba ginagawa ng bypass charging? Hindi pampataas ang frame rate siya, like sinasabi ng ibang tech reviewer nang hindi alam. Ang bypass charging is to protect your battery from bloating. Kasi dati, pag walang bypass charging, pag nakasaksak yung charger, dumadaan mo na sa battery bago siya nasusupply na kuryente sa main board. Pero ngayon, binabypass na yung battery mo. So instead na dumaan pa sa battery, pagkabit mo ng charger, diretso na yung kuryente papunta sa board mo, leaving your battery untouched. One is that mas hindi mainit ang iyong phone pag nagigaming ka dahil hindi na dumadaan yung kuryente sa battery. And two, mas tatagal lang yung battery health. O diba? 2 in 1. Na nung tinry ko naman to on day-to-day basis, kaya naman na magtagal ng at least 1 whole day without even hitting the charger. Pero if you're gaming to the max, I would say siguro gamitin mo na ng bypass charging kaysa sa battery. Na nung sinalang ko naman to sa PC Mark na battery stress test, I was able to get a 10 hours and 33 minutes of screen on time. Now, pagdating naman sa kanyang display, this one has a 6.8-inch na AMOLED display. 1.5K ang kanyang resolution and it has a 144Hz na screen refresh rate. And nung tinry ko naman to under the direct sunlight, was able to browse. Wala ako naging problema. Nababasa ko pa everything dito sa aking screen. Now, one of the good things naman dito sa phone nito, while I was browsing sa mga social media, mabilis naman ang kanyang response as long as you have a good internet connection din to couple it together with a 144Hz screen refresh rate. Browsing dito, shorts and reels, walang problema. Mabilis naman mag-load. Now, if you're watching naman your favorite shows naman sa YouTube, sa Netflix, or any na online streaming app, you get a good, decent na view experience dito dahil maganda naman ka ng colors, punchy, and the black is definitely blacker. Now, itong phone na ito guys has 2 speaker. Isang nanggaling dito sa ilalim and the other one's coming here sa kanyang earpiece. So pakinggan lang natin kung gaano kalakas kanyang sounds. Here goes. O, diba? Masasarap ang lemonade, no? If you're listening to the sound dito sa phone na ito, maganda. Okay ang kanyang sound, no? I wouldn't say it's one of the best, pero at the very least, maganda ang kanyang sounds. So okay, pag-usapan na natin ang gaming. Probably the only thing that you're interested dito sa phone na ito is yung kanyang gaming performance. Now, one of the good things naman dito sa kanya, if you drop down, makita mo si game space nandito, si liquid cooling nandito, yung lights nandito, yung kanyang refresh rate, lahat nandito. Ginawa ni Nubia na very accessible para sa mga gamers like you and me. Now, tinurn on natin ang kanyang liquid cooling. Makita mo, no, mga liquid is circulating dito sa kanyang gitna, sa kanyang display. But honestly, hindi lang ito yung liquid niya, no? Pero halos buong phone meron. Ito lang nakikita mo, ito lang kasi may display. The rest is na dito, tumatakbo siya sa loob. And it has a 33,652 na millimeter square na cooling area dito sa likod, yung kanang vapor cooling chamber. Pinapalamig niya na mas mabilis, lalo na, no, if you pair it together with yung kanang cooling fan dito, mas mabilis lumamig ang iyong phone while you're gaming. Na pwede mo rin i-turn on ng kanang cooling fan and you'll see all of these colors ng lights na pwede mo pagpilian. Ang dami niya, no? But for the basic, you can choose red, pink, green, light blue, blue, royal blue, or purple. And here are some random na RGB lights na mix. Ang ganda lang na tingnan, no? Overall, what's your think, guys? And of course, how can I forget, meron siyang dalawang shoulder triggers dito na 550Hz, which is definitely very responsive. Nagamit ko siya sa CODM and sa PUBG. Okay na okay ang kanyang gaming dito sa phone na ito. So right now, pag-usapan na natin ang gaming dito sa phone na ito, which probably sobrang happy. Gusto ko i-share sa inyo yung aking experience. I was able to play 4 games naman dito. PUBG, Call of Duty Mobile, Wuthering Waves, and Genshin Impact. Pagdating sa Call of Duty Mobile, I was able to achieve 90 FPS. Pagdating naman sa bakbakan na, minimal lang kanang drops, no? Nasa 86, 87, ganon. Napapansin ko sa aking frame rate counter. And overall, maganda naman ang response ng aking shoulder triggers. Itong dalawang shoulder triggers ko na 550Hz. Very responsive, no? Sa left ko, sinet ko naman siya to reload. Sa right ko, sinet ko siya sa shoot. Talagang very, very responsive. At lalo, no, kung medyo crunch time na, biglang, litaw ng kalaban, talagang mapipindot mo siya na mabilisan. Yung kanyang screen response is definitely fast. Happy naman ako sa kanya. Wala naman ako naging problema sa kanya while playing Call of Duty Mobile. And I would say na itong game na ito is quite cool at 37 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Pagdating sa PUBG, nakaabot din ako na 90 FPS almost all throughout the game. The most na nagda-drop siya to 85. Yan ang napapansin ko pag medyo nagka-clash na. Pero overall, ang ganang gameplay was really nice. I was able to play around 2 games dito sa phone na ito or 2 or 3 games. Wala akong naging problema sa kanya. Wala akong na-feel na frame drops. Wala naman lags. Very responsive naman ang aking shoulder triggers and screens. Very responsive. The sounds good. And umabot ako also at 37 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Pagdating naman sa Genshin Impact, 60 FPS na achieve natin. Pero most of the time naman, habang nagka-clash ako, heavy battle na, it drops down to 55 to 54, ganon. Yun ang napapansin ko sa aking FPS counter. Well, honestly, yung kanyang gameplay was good. Siguro, I would say na hindi mo lang kaya sobrang isagad sa kanang graphical settings. Dahil, of course, this is a Dimensity 7400. Hindi pa siya 8 series or 9 series. So, just to set your expectation. Kaya naman niya maglaro, just don't set it to the maximum. Overall gameplay was good. Maganda ka ng sounds, touch response, and if you're willing to use yung kanang shoulder trigger, okay din naman siya. Very responsive. Pinakamainit na naabot ko is 40 degrees Celsius after an hour of gameplay. Pagdating sa Wuthering Waves, kaya din niya mag-achieve ng 60 FPS pag nakatayo ka. Once na naglalakad ka na, tumatakbo ka, bumababa siya ng 40 plus. Pagdating sa nagka-clash ka na, bumababa siya as low as 20. And there are times na napansin ko bumababa siya as low as 15. I would say, siguro dahil sobra kong sinagadaga ng graphical settings, mapapansin mo na talagang nafe-feel ko ang frame drops dito sa game na ito. Though binabaan ko ka ng graphical settings and I was able to game better, pero overall, I was quite happy dito sa kanyang performance. Despite being a 7400, pero was able to play Wuthering Waves, I would say not bad na siya. Yung paglaro ko sa Wuthering Waves is yung decent gaming, hindi yung tiyaga-tiyaga lang. Basta kailangan mo lang i-lower down konti yung graphical settings. Maganda naman kanyang touch response, sounds is good, and hindi siya mainit at 41 degrees Celsius nung sinagad ko ng graphical settings. So meaning, yung kanyang aqua-core cooling system dito is definitely working dahil meron siyang active na fan inside this phone. So liquid cooling without fan, kinda useless. Take it from Nubia and Red Magic. Sila expert yan eh. Now, pag-usapan lang natin ang kanyang camera. This one, having a 50MP na main camera sensor and meron siyang auxiliary lens na pang AI. And ang kanyang front-facing camera is 16MP. Yung kanyang rear camera can shoot up to 4K and 30. And yung kanyang harap can shoot up to 1080p and 30. Now, tingnan lang natin some of the greens na na-capture natin outside. Honestly, for a gaming phone at this price point, I would say not bad ang mga na-capture ko dito. There are times na medyo hit and miss siya dahil of course don't expect too much from its camera. Given naman ang track record ni Nubia for Neo series niya is just average lang ang mga camera shots na makukuha mo dito sa kanya. Pero there are times naman na kung sinuwerte ka, you'll be able to get some nice snaps naman tulad nito, which is full of details naman pag zoom in mo. Kahit ito, maganda rin naman capture ko dito sa kanya. And taking some product shot, okay, I would say na solid. There are times na medyo a little bit miss lang yung kanyang camera, no? If you weren't able to focus it properly. Pero most of the time naman, okay naman kanyang camera. Na nung tinry ko naman i-zoom in yung kanyang menu dito, using 3x zoom, naka-preset siya, no? Okay, legit naman, nababasa ko pa everything na nakasulat dito. Now, while on the outside, I would say na yung mga cloud details dito is still good, and ginamit ko uli ka ng 3x zoom, okay naman na na-capture ko dito sa figurine. And while I was strolling inside the mall, taking some shots, random shots, not bad, yung mga flowers din na na-capture natin on indoors. Okay, solid. And trying to take some food shot is just average. I wouldn't say it's one of the best. Pagdating sa night photography, it was able to perform pero hindi lang sobrang ganda. Now, pagdating naman sa kanya ng selfie shot, honestly, mga outdoors na shot na nakuha ko, not bad though medyo smoothen out na yung mga pores na mukha ko, medyo mas makinis na mukha ko dito. But nevertheless, I would say na na-appreciate ko yung kanyang mild beautification dito. Medyo mas maganda lang itsura ng mukha ko. Pero pagdating sa indoor, there are times na hit and miss. There are times na medyo magsusoft yung mukha mo dahil mahina ang lighting. Pero there are times na matino naman ang shot if you have a pretty solid na lighting. Now, here's a quick video sample from the front camera. Can shoot up to 1080p and 30fps, kind of front-facing camera. A bit shaky, and I would say na not bad naman ang kanyang resolution. Basta meron kang gimbal, I think should be better. And here's a sample from the rear camera. Ang Nubia Neo 5 GT Special Edition. Quite stable naman, based sa aking paningin. Tingin ko not bad ang kanyang rear camera, despite it being a gaming phone. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa special edition ng Nubia Neo 5 GT? Honestly, I was quite surprised din, no, na naglabas siya na something na supposed to be proprietary kay Red Magic. No? Kinossover niya dito sa Nubia and was able to achieve this one at a lower spec na phone, giving you liquid cooling technology at this price point. So, if you're a hardcore gamer, pero quite budgeted ka, having to spend $26,999 for this smartphone with a lot of freebies, and you also get a view subscription, I would say not bad ng kanyang offer. So I would suggest that you grab it early from the links that I'll provide on the description or just a YouTube shopping link natin para you will be able to get it early with freebies, with free view subscription, bago pa siya bumalik sa kanyang SRP na $35,999. So yan guys, nakita mo na yung ganda nitong Nubia Neo 5 GT Special Edition. I would say happy ako sa kanya. Surprised ako sa kanya dahil it was able to incorporate what is supposed to be kay Red Magic lang dapat. Well, theoretically dapat. And yung kanyang design, Red Magic na Red Magic. And if you're a hardcore fan ng Red Magic pero you don't have 40 to 50,000 pesos to shell out, this is definitely a good alternative. Dahil ako budgeted ka. So guys, if you're interested to know kung saan pwede mabili, I'll pop the link sa description. And kung natuwa ka naman dito sa video na ito, don't forget to like, subscribe dito sa aking channel so you don't miss out ng mga reviews just like this one. Si Nubia Neo 5 GT Special Edition. So paano yan guys, hanggang dito muna ako. I'll see you in my next one. Peace out. And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadgetsidekick. What's up? Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.